Right, what's up, guys? So I've been struggling for the last couple of days to write a blog post about what if money were no object. Um, so I finally decided just to make a video about it, a rant. I haven't really prepared or anything, so it's just a thought. I was watching this video about uh, what actually would happen if money was or were no object. So you gotta ask yourself the question, uh, what would you do? And most of the times you'll get the basic answers. I'll travel the world. I would do whatever I wanted, whatever. But the thing is, most people come up with the excuse of I can't do what I want because I have to work, I have to support myself, I have to eat. Uh, I have to work. I can't really do what I want to do because I have other obligations, right? And of course that makes sense. But here's the counterpart to that. What if you would do uh, exactly what you wanted to do, right, in life, and you did the thing you love to do, right? Let's take, it can be whatever. It can be sports, it can be business, it can be finance, romance, whatever, right? So the most easiest example would be sports, basketball, for example. So let's say we have this kid and he really loves to play basketball, right? Let's say he's 18 and he likes to play basketball. He's decently good at basketball, right? But he can't focus on basketball all the time because he has other obligations, right? And that's the main theme or main excuse to why someone isn't gonna put his whole effort into something, right? So let's say that this kid decides for some reason that he is going to put his whole effort into playing basketball, practicing every day, every minute, every hour, just doing whatever he can humanly do to get great at this sport. What will eventually happen, right? Um, I know it's really hard. I'm not saying that it isn't hard, but my point is it's not impossible to make it. Like I said, whether it be in sports, finance, business, whatever. If this guy puts his heart and his soul and all his hard work, time, effort into playing basketball, most likely he will be able to play at a level that allows him to generate income while doing what he loves to do. Right? That's a general concept of doing what you love to do and gaining income from it. Right? So, and of course, this is a broad statement. You can't really just decide that, well, now I'm going to put all my effort into playing basketball and I'll play in the NBA and I'll become rich and famous and that would be it for me, right? But here's the thing: I don't really care if you have a job or a family to support or whatever the case may be, right? Everybody has time. If you're not that, you have time, right? And if you go over your past week or so, rarely the case is that you wake up at 6 in the morning, you go to work, you come home at 12 o'clock in the evening, go straight to bed, wake up at 6, 12, and so on and so forth, right? That's rarely the case. For people that actually live that life, I don't know. I don't know anyone that lives that type of a life. I guess there are people in the world that live that type, but I'm talking more about I mean the average Joe, right? The 9 to 5 worker, the weekend partier, the worker that works nine no works 11 months of the year and maybe gets 1 month off in vacation, right? I'm talking about the average Joe. So 9 to 5 job. What do? You go to work at 9, go through the day, come home at 5. You sit down, watch a little TV, then it's dinner time. You eat. At 8, you go back into your living room, watch a little more TV, play some video games, go online, go to Facebook, YouTube, watch funny video, whatever the thing may be. And then around 11, 12, 1 o'clock, you go to bed and you do the same routine over and over again, right? Then Friday comes, you maybe have the weekend off. Saturday, you decide to hit the town, get drunk on Saturday or Friday evening, doesn't matter. Let's say you get drunk on Friday evenings. You spend Saturday kind of hungover, not really want to do anything, maybe get a pizza. You know, the typical shit 95% of the world does, right? And the fact of the matter is that those people really believe that they do not have the time. This is just time. They do not have the time to do something else with their life, right? They really do believe that. But if you think about it, you could do all the things you do work-wise. You can provide, you can live, and you still have, what is it, 9, 10, no, 4 or 5 hours a day, let's say 5 hours a day to try to do something else with your life, right? So let's go back to the basketball example. Everyone that is in sports and are training basketball, practicing, showing up at practice. How long is practice each day? Practice each day is around 1.5 hours to 2 hours each day, right? Maybe 5 to 6 days a week. So you have 5 extra, let's say 5 extra hours to do something with. You choose to watch TV because you're so tired. You choose to party on Fridays. You choose to sleep in on Saturdays and be kind of hungover, right? These are all things you choose. So if you're trying to become a NBA player, right? And you have to support yourself and I don't know, maybe your family. Why don't you think about take 5 minutes of your life and think about something you can do to improve, right? We've established that you have these 5 hours, hypothetical 5 hours a day to do something else, right? We have established that you could go to work from 9 to 5, but still have time to do something else. You choose to watch the TV and do something else. You could choose to go to the gym. You could choose to shoot 500 balls a day, 500 free throws, 500 three-pointers, whatever the case may be, right? My main point is that these things are your choice and are my choice, right? So when people are saying that they would like to change their life, they would like to improve on whatever it may be, but we kind of always come down to time. We don't have enough time. And of course, the other big thing is I don't have the money. Right? I don't have the money. I can't invest. I can't do anything. That's bullshit. I gotta call people out when they're whining about uh, not having extra money, right? And again, I'm talking about the average Joe. I'm not talking about people that are literally counting cents and dollars to make end meets, right? I'm talking about your average Joe that goes, how can you afford to go out to eat? How can you afford new shoes? How can you afford to party, to drink, to order that pizza when you're hungover if you don't have any extra money, right? How can you afford to do all those things? How can you afford to get on vacation once a month? How can you afford to uh, go to Spain, whatever? You, and still think that you can afford to invest. Well, here's the thought. Why don't you stop uh, with the partying? Why don't you stop with all the buying? You didn't really need that 50-inch plasma TV or whatever the brand may be in TVs, right? But somehow you figured out that you could afford those things. And then you sit on the couch whining about not having the money to do anything with your life, right? If you don't want to do anything else in your life but to work, have a month off each year, and I don't know, do the things you do, that's fine. Do that. But just realize that you are making a choice, and these things are your choices. So let's go back to the original question. What if money were no object? So the general idea is I can't do anything because I don't have the money. I can't, whatever it may be, right? Sports, like I said, sports, business, finance, art, right? Art, for example. What do you like to do? I love to paint, right? Why don't you do that for a living? Well, I don't really have the money to live off painting. Why not? Because I don't have the time to get really good because I have to work. right? So, but if you get really, really, really good at painting, or if you get really, 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 really good at doing anything in the world, if you're getting really good at playing basketball, you're probably going to gain some followers. People probably are going to watch or buy the things you are doing, right? People still want to buy art, right? But I think people don't want to buy rubbish art. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stay in and paint a picture in 3 minutes with a crayon and expect it to be sold for $1,000. That's not how life works. I saw a video the other day of a girl speed painting on YouTube, right? So the scenario is you set a camera up and you paint, and then you set it in a 2 minute frame, whatever. You probably know what speed painting is. But the thing about that is the picture was really, really, really good. Really good. So it's not about the great idea to go onto YouTube and draw a picture and do it really fast. It's about the quality of the work. And this girl probably has spent her whole life practicing and developing that skill to become a painter or a drawer, whatever it may be. Then she went on to YouTube. Then she gained 4 million followers. Then she became someone that can support herself with doing things she loves, right? So I understand that when people are saying they can't do something because they have to support their families. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do something or get money or followers or whatever, you have to become great, right? So basically what I'm saying is, I understand that you're not going to sit there right now and go to YouTube and draw a silly picture and expect that you're going to get some money out of it. That's not how life works. You're going to have to grind. You're going to have to spend hours, weeks, months, years developing that skill. Then you might be able to support yourself. Right? Just from, it doesn't matter if you spend 10 minutes a day, 15, week, not a week in a day, but hours in a day, developing whatever it may be. Eventually, you're going to get that good that people are going to notice what you're doing, right? So, what if money were no object? What would you do? Think about it.